It has been an amazing 8-year journey that we have been on together. For the last 2 years, I've been on hiatus, rediscovering myself, so I can continue to help you. Coming to you live from Costa Rica. It's been one heck of an adventure. We're bringing to you the best psychics, mediums, healers. You have questions, we have the answers. All is not lost. Don't give up hope. We're back, and we're here to help. Pick up the phone, give us a call. You have nothing to lose, and so much more to gain. So tell your friends about us, and tell your family to tune in. I've been on an amazing adventure, and I'm about to bring you on it with me.
Oh, hello everybody. Hopefully you all can hear me. We had some last minute technical issues, so you just do the best that you can with everything, and hopefully everything is going to work out okay. And of course, Blog Talk Radio was like giving me a hard time trying to call in and dial in and connect, and it's like, okay, it's all good, tranquilo, it's all going to be good tonight. And if you're looking at Facebook Live, I tried connecting with my guest, and we were having lag time issues and other little problems going on. So I was like, okay, this isn't going to work tonight. So that's why you have my beautiful face, as usual, on here. But it's all good. We just go with the flow and do the best we can. He was looking forward to being on the video, but instead he called into Blog Talk so we can go ahead and take your calls this way. So hopefully everybody can go ahead and hear me. If you have any issues, can't hear anything, because, of course, we had to use a different technique on calling into Blog Talk. They have something else in the back end where you can just go ahead and call via the computer instead of through Skype. So that managed to let me connect, but I couldn't see the settings for the microphone and the other parts. Hopefully everybody's going to be able to hear me on Facebook Live. Okay. Well, you know me, I just go with the flow with the technology, and there we go. Okay. But, I used to panic all the time, and I'm like, no, can't panic. Gotta take it easy and be relaxed and tranquilo, and just go with the flow of everything. And it's taken me a challenge to do that, but that's part of the spiritual growth that we go through is learning to face the challenges and the obstacles ahead of us. And living here in Costa Rica, where it's 6 meg internet speed, which is really low compared to what you can have in the United States now. Sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge, so I just go ahead and go with the flow and figure out how to get it all working. And if you listen on Blog Talk Radio, the chat room is open, so I have the chat room there and the comment section on the Be Live Now video, Facebook Live video. So it can have the little question and answers in there. So if you want to post any questions, go ahead and do that. And I'll open up the studio lines as well so people can go ahead and call in. I'm going to open up lines in just a moment, and I'm going to have our guest come on in just a moment. There's been a lot of energy changes taking place, and like I said before, we have to learn how to adapt with it and just go with the flow. A lot of times we want to give up. We're like, all right, that's it. I'm done. I've had it. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to cancel things. I'm not going to show up because we're doing a little, I just want to say like a little pity party. We just want to feel bad for ourselves and try to regroup. But we have to know that Spirit's going to keep testing us. And if we don't go ahead and deal with the issues that are going on and keep moving forward, then we're going to have more and more of those tests going on until finally, you're like, okay, I get it. I understand. I don't want to deal with this anymore, so I'm just going to work through it. And once you go ahead and work through those issues, then you're not going to have to face those challenges again. And that's the hard part to do, is to go ahead and face those challenges. That's why for the longest time, I wasn't on the air for 2 years. I was like, nope, it's me time. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to go ahead. And, we had technical issues and everything, and I just quit. I said, that's it, I'm done. So for the longest time, I kept having those same issues until finally I said, no, I'm going to work through it. I'm going to be relaxed. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to work through it. And things have been going great. But every once in a while, Spirit's going to go ahead and throw your curveball. You're like, let's see how you handle this one at the last second. And that's how we go ahead and move forward, is to face those challenges. Like I said, tonight, big issues, lag time, and not being able to call in. I'm like, no, I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to cancel the show. The guest is ready. He's eager to do this. So I'll figure it out. We always have an alternate plan, yeah. And that's what we did. I just went, okay, you just go ahead and call in. I'll bring you onto the switchboard, and we'll go ahead and take it from there. And that's what we ended up doing. So I'm going to bring him on in just a moment. But I just, Spirit's saying, you just got to talk a minute, and you're going to touch base with somebody who's like, yeah, I'm going through that. I'm dealing with those issues. And that's what we have to go ahead and do. I believe this is my guest. Hello, Shawn. Nope. Okay. Let me see. Not sure what happened here. Okay. Hi, Christine. Nice to see you here. I've got to see what's going on because all of a sudden I'm not hearing anybody on the other side there. And of course, Block Talk is going to act goofy. Okay, good, strong connection. Let me see. Okay, hello. You're on the air with me. Hello. Okay. Not going to work for me. Okay, hang on there, everybody. See, I'm telling you, I have to face the challenges, and that's what we're going to do. So let me go ahead and, don't go anywhere. You want to go ahead and talk to the guest. I'm going to get it back here working. Give us a call at 657-383-1437. I'll be back in just 1 minute. Okay. So if you're listening in on
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host PIN. When finished, press the pound key.
Yeah, I tried this before and it says it was the wrong key, and it's like, okay, it's right there in front of me.
To start your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions,
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Okay, hopefully everything will be better now. I've got it through Skype, so I'm hopefully that will work better. Let's see. No, Christine, he had to go ahead. We couldn't do video. He was lagging behind big time. We had a really bad connection, and it kept freezing up on us. It could have been on my end. I don't know. It's those challenges that Spirit goes ahead and throws a curveball to, where it's like, okay, we're going to see how you handle this one. And I would panic before, and I'd be like, oh, no, stressed, but no, it's all peaceful, it's all calm, it's all good, So let me see if I can hear what is going on here now. Okay.
Hi there.
Hello, I have you finally, yes.
Hey, excellent. So everything's working?
Yes. I have no idea what was going on, but it was, I guess Spirit was just wanting to go ahead and test my patience.
I've been doing a lot of that this week.
Yep. But yeah, I tried to go ahead and bring you on, and I couldn't hear you, so I'm like, okay, there's something wrong on my end, so.
Okay, well, I'm glad we have it figured out.
Yes. So, hello, Shawn, and welcome to the show. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you for having me. Well, my name is Shawn, obviously, and I would like to classify myself as a spiritual advisor or a life coach. And I'm a natural born psychic, I would say. I've been using my ability for over 15 years and trying to live a more simpler life and utilizing my talent to try and help others because I've had to basically help myself through many challenges and struggles. And I utilize my natural gift along with the tarot, but I try not to rely too much on those divination tools. I really try to focus more on my natural born gift, and that's a little bit about me.
So, how can everyone reach you?
Well, I do have a website. It's shawnp.tk, and I try to stay away from a lot of social media, so unfortunately I don't have a lot of those outlets. But feel free to visit my website if anyone would like to get a hold of me.
Okay. And how did you first know about your abilities?
I think I was about maybe 7 or 8, and I started having a lot of, I guess, prophetic dreams or dream walking, as a lot of people refer it to. And I would have a lot of predictions that I would tell my family, and at first they wouldn't really believe me until later things started to really happen. For example, when I was about, I would say 15 or so, we had this friend in our family who recently got a motorcycle or a four-wheeler, and I had this dream that he was chasing after me in this really dark, morbid kind of image. He had his left eye missing, his jaw was removed. It was quite traumatic at a young age. And I told everybody, but nobody believed me. So a couple of days later, he went out on this ride, and he ended up having an accident. And his left eye was completely detached, his jaw was detached, just as I seen it in the dream. And kind of after that moment, it sort of hit me that the dreams that I'm having aren't just coincidence. There's something much more.
Did we lose you?
I think I'm here still.
Okay. Yeah, all of a sudden everything went quiet there for a second, and I didn't know if I'd lost you. Yeah, dreams can be
okay. Yeah,
rather interesting.
I hope that you heard me.
Yes.
Okay.
And you also do homeopathic healing?
Yeah, I like to try and really focus more on sort of the natural methods of healing and trying to focus on healing the body and the mind as well as the soul. And I have gone through a lot of struggle with health and losing weight and being healthy. And for such a long time, I was very overweight. So I switched to a plant-based diet. And not only was I practicing a plant-based diet that helped me to lose about 140 pounds, but I was also really encouraged and drawn to the idea of healing the body, the mind, and the soul all together because, just losing weight isn't always enough to really heal the entire part of yourself.
So was it hard for you to go ahead and switch over to a plant-based diet?
It was at first, but I try to view it as sort of a habitual situation. We learn to eat unhealthy so we can learn to eat healthy. And it was a challenge for a very long time when I was growing up, being very overweight and eating a lot of unhealthy food. And, struggling with understanding myself in a spiritual way, I was also having a hard time with my weight. So switching to plant based gradually started by being vegetarian and then later being vegan. So it really helped, I think, but it was a struggle altogether at the beginning.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy switching over to a plant-based diet. So no, I've been trying to do that. And
it's a bit of a challenge for sure.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and grab a call and see who we can help out, and then we'll ask you some more questions and find out more about you?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Okay. Let's bring on area code 248. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
How can we help you?
I just had a question. I've had a best friend I've been known for 8 years. She was with me here in Georgia, but then she went back to her hometown, Michigan. We kind of had a relationship. Will we ever reconnect? And I want to know if she still has feelings for me.
Hi, I want to thank you so much for your question. It was really interesting when you were about to mention this specific subject. I actually felt that there was some kind of relationship problem. I felt a lot of pain in your heart, and I know that this has been such a challenging situation for you, not only being able to try to function, without this person, but feeling like there's a part of you that's sort of lost in this whole situation. And I've gone through a very similar thing recently as well. I really feel that there is a possibility here that both of you will reconnect. However, I don't think it's going to be in any kind of close romantic situation. I really feel that it's going to be maybe friends or trying to reestablish some kind of friendship connection.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Let us know how everything goes for you, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
That's always the hard part with relationship issues.
Yeah, it's very challenging, and often when I'm doing readings for clients and they ask me those kind of specific, really hard to answer questions, it's really hard to answer, but I try to give people a little bit of hope, even if I don't see things going as the way they plan.
Yeah, a lot of times that's the hard part is people don't understand, the relationship is ended, and we have to go ahead and let that go. And a lot of times people are like, well, I want to reconnect with them. I really miss them. A lot of times we have to figure out how to go ahead and go forward without that energy in our lives. And that's the challenging part.
Yeah, it's incredibly difficult, especially because I have such a understanding of what she was going through, because I'm also going through the same thing fairly recently. And it's a challenge, and no matter how many times we lose somebody, we have to constantly remind ourselves that there was a reason that person was in our life, and it could have been a good reason, could have been a bad reason, but ultimately there was a lesson there, and that lesson is to help guide us to the next step, the next journey of our life. So nothing happens, just by chance or by random coincidence.
Yeah, and that's why I want to thank you for not giving up and deciding to still come on the show, because it's challenging when you have relationship issues and things going on. That's what I was saying earlier in the show, that it's so easy to just want to go ahead and give up, and and not want to go ahead and move forward. But it's important to go ahead and move forward and say, okay, that's part of my past. I have to make way for something better in the future that's going to be coming up.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So that's why, for me, as you've seen on my Facebook or anywhere else online, my life's an open book for so many people, because, everyone feels I'm the only one going through this. It's just me doing it. And it's a bit of a challenge. And like I said, after my partner died, I was like, what do I do? And, everyone was so worried. And I thought, I've got to keep moving forward. So it was 2 weeks later is when I met Ed, and people were like, are you sure you're okay? Well, what are you doing? You shouldn't be doing this. Like, why not? I'm moving forward in my life. I can't do anything with the past. We were together 18 years, and he's crossed, and he's not suffering, but, he would want me to move forward, and that's what I'm doing. I found somebody, and we, have that spiritual connection. And if you sit there and wait without taking the challenges, you're losing out on so many opportunities.
Yeah, I agree. It's always important to remember that we have these experiences for some kind of reason, and if we lose someone to death, obviously we have to remind ourselves exactly what you were saying, that we have to continue moving forward, that their life may have ended but ours isn't, and we must carry on.
Well, even if it's just a breakup and not necessarily a death, we still have to keep on moving forward and realize, like I said, that person's not in our lives anymore, but we have to go ahead and keep on moving forward and make ways for the future, because something better is about to happen.
Yeah, I've been trying to remind myself that this past couple of days. For example, my partner of 2 years, recently departed from our relationship. He, felt that it wasn't the right thing to do anymore. There wasn't that love there anymore, and it was traumatizing to me. But the last couple of days, I've been trying to pull myself together and remember my practice and remember that this isn't the end of life. We can still keep going, and we can still take new opportunities.
Yeah, and make way for something even better in your life.
Most definitely.
So let's see. Let me go ahead. We'll grab another call here. We're on area code 312. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Karen from Chicago. Thank you for sharing your experiences about moving forward. I kind of feel that in my life as well, but apply it to a different area. I was working at a temp agency, a temp assignment, and the lady started asking me to do I went for reception, and they asked me to, go start driving all over the place, and then they wanted me to do the laundry with some type of restoration company. But when I did bring it to the agency, they cut me. But they had already known. The lady had complained about me not driving. I don't drive, so. Do you see another assignment or another project for me coming up?
Thank you so much for your question. I find it interesting that I can almost feel the question before it's asked. I wanted to say that whenever I first heard your voice, I instantly heard that you're going to get a new job, and that was the first message that I felt delivered to you, because I feel like you are such a hard worker, and where you enjoy your freedom, you really are someone who dedicates themselves fully to a position, and you're not afraid to take on any new project. But I really feel that the first thing that was coming to me was she's going to get a new job. Spirit was telling me she's getting a new position. So I want to say that within the next 2 weeks, I'm being told that either 2 days or 2 weeks, you are going to be getting either a new project or a new job entirely, because I feel a messenger is arriving to you very soon that's going to give you better pay, is what I'm being told, more money. So.
Oh, yes. Yes, this assignment was very low. I took it anyways, but there was more problems. It was worse. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel you're definitely going to be getting a new position for sure.
Okay. Did the agency know that this was a problem assignment? Did they know it's not me?
Yes, I actually do feel that there was another person either before you or someone that they had you connected with that was also a part of this project previously, and I feel that they're quite aware of how intense this was.
Oh, okay. So they know it's not me. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Will they be the one? Will they be the ones to find me something else, or are they someone else?
I'm actually feeling that they are going to present you with a brand new sort of project or opportunity, but I'm actually feeling that there's going to be someone through another system or another company that's going to step forward and then kind of offer you a new position entirely. So you're going to have to really choose between two opportunities, whether to stay with this company or to take on this brand new project with someone entirely new.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
So it's a nice surprise.
That sounds good. That's a nice surprise. Yes. Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And keep moving forward. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. So how long have you been doing this full time for work?
Well, I have been on a very interesting journey with my career, I guess. I started off practicing reading for people when I was really young, and I sort of did it for fun, parties, and at friends' houses and things like that. And I really started trying about the age of 18, like really wanted to make this into something I could do full time, and working on two different websites at the time, one in which I'm still currently a part of. But it's been about, I want to say, 4 or 5 years. I've been really trying to dedicate and work very passionately to make something of what I really love. So it's been a lovely journey. And not only do I work doing readings for people online, but I also connect with people in person. Specifically in my area, there is what they call an art walk. It's like a fun little event every first Friday in Oklahoma City, and I read for people on the roadside. I have a little tent and I have a sign, and we do really cheap tarot readings, and it's amazing the connections that I've been able to make with those people, and my career continues to grow with this, and I'm very humbled and grateful for it.
It's always nice doing the little street events.
Yeah, it's always so fun. You meet so many people, and it's amazing how many skeptics that you read for, and people come in and they're not so sure about it, but then all of a sudden you kind of change the perception on spirituality, and you make them kind of think about their life entirely different just by a small session.
Yeah, I used to love when I would do little events and get somebody who was skeptic, and even had my own church and still have it, but I'd go up and do gallery readings. And we'd invite people over once a week, and it was always open door. And it's interesting when someone's partner or girlfriend, boyfriend would bring them in, and they're sitting there with the cold blank on their faces. It's like, oh yeah, I don't believe in any of this. And you start telling them things and doing the little readings, and all of a sudden they sit back and they relax more, and they're like, wow, how did you know this? It's like, well, that's what spirits want to
let I always love meeting those type of people.
Yeah. Now, are you a medium too, or just doing psychic work?
Well, when I first started practicing, in kind of doing this full time, I really stuck with the tarot. I really sort of kept it very tarot based, but what a lot of people didn't realize is that I can read mostly clairvoyantly, clairaudient, clairsentient. So there's a lot of clairs that I sort of combine together, and I try to connect with each and every one of them in some kind of way. And it's always very different, very unique between each individual. Sometimes I do a reading for someone and I'm getting all these images and visuals, and another time I'll do a reading and all I do is hear things. I hear things. So it's very different for each individual, but it's more of a natural kind of connection that I feel, and it works through the senses in many different ways.
Yeah, and you also do with mindfulness. And do you help?
Yeah, one of the biggest things that really changed my life was, practicing mindfulness and trying to be very zen, trying to be in the moment, realizing that we are all in this together. And I almost have this kind of very Buddhist viewpoint on life. And when I was very young, I suffered with depression and anxiety, and I just completely, suicidal thoughts, you name it. I experienced it, and through really paring down my life, simplifying things, being more minimal, and trying to focus on mindfulness really helped me to overcome some of my biggest struggles, and I still utilize that practice today.
So how would you, what kind of advice would you give to somebody who's trying to go ahead and do the mindfulness? Because our monkey brains want to keep on doing things when we're trying to silence them. So how would you help someone to get along and do that?
Yeah, it's always very personal. Some people are very visual, so I would say try to focus on one visual element, whether it's staring at a flower on your desk or watching a video. Sometimes people can be very visual, so I would say focus on something that really allows you to stay focused, that allows you to clear your mind, and it could be anything really. For some people, it's watching a video. For some, it's walking in the park. For others, it's visiting a friend. I think that when it comes to practicing mindfulness, it's important to be consciously aware of absolutely everything around us, which can be a little frustrating. But if we try to focus our attention on certain elements around us in whatever environment we are in, and try to breathe and try to be a part of this visual and this kind of experience, I think that is what helped me the most, is being consciously aware of my feelings, my thoughts, my words, everything. And it really helped me to sort of find how to calm myself and how to become focused on everything in the present moment.
Yeah, it's not easy quieting that mind too. That's my hard time that I have too when I'm trying to meditate. If my mind wants to keep on going in a million and one different directions.
Yeah, it can be a bit of a challenge for sure, especially when you're meditating or if you're trying to meditate. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about meditation is that we always have to force ourselves to sit in meditation. But what a lot of people have forgotten is that meditation and mindfulness can be the practice in anything, really. Each and every day can be meditation, can be mindfulness. Making the bed could be mindfulness. Doing laundry could be meditative. I think that's the biggest misconception about meditation and mindfulness, is that we forget that everything that we do, everything that we think, can be a process of meditation or can be a practice of mindfulness.
Well, I'll come up with some other questions. Just a minute. Let's go ahead and grab another call here.
Okay.
Bring on area code 631. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Suzanne, and I had a dating question.
Okay, excellent.
I went on a blind date yesterday, but then, I don't know, I just feel a little weird about him. I don't know, vibe. And I have another blind date, both set up through friends on Friday. Do you see anything good with either one of them? I'm trying to be optimistic.
I'm really glad that you're trying to be optimistic. I wanted to say the first thing that I feel, the guy that you previously went on the date with, I feel that there is something going on in his mind. I feel like there's some kind of previous relationship that he's had. There's a breakup. I'm feeling something very clouded. So I don't think that he's going to communicate with you very well or be very open with you. So there might be a big problem with that. What I do feel with this new guy that you're going to meet pretty soon, on Friday, I feel a really good energy with this person. I feel he's very open, very kind, and I feel really good about this new connection, this new blind date. So you're going to really enjoy this one.
Yeah, that one's Friday. He hasn't called yet to confirm it. Yeah, and I shouldn't say it, but the guy, he just met me once, and he's already saying, "Oh, can I come over tomorrow? I'll make dinner and bring over wine." It's only his second date. I only met him once, and I just texted him. I said no.
Yeah, I feel that whatever this previous relationship problem that he has had, I don't think that he's quite moved on from that yet. So it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't completely try to communicate with you, try to come over all the time, and then all of a sudden just stop. Because that's what I'm seeing from Spirit, is he almost just cuts off communication very randomly. So there's going to be a problem coming up pretty soon with him.
So you don't think, if I said to him, "Don't come over tomorrow," and call him tomorrow morning, he might say, "Then forget it"?
Yes, I do feel like he's going to get pretty upset.
Well, I'll say bye. See you later.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's a good thing that you should get yourself into, to be honest. And that's what I'm feeling from Spirit. And I'm getting a lot of visuals of there being a lot of problems. So I don't think it's a good idea, to be honest.
Now, the other man works a lot, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling really good about him for some reason, and even though that he works a lot, I do feel like he's going to be a very giving person. I'm sensing that he's going to be very loving, very nurturing. He's obviously going to give you a lot of gifts. Like I really feel like this person's going to be very, very giving. So where he does work a lot, I think you're going to be kind of enjoying that process of actually getting a lot of really nice things and having wonderful experiences.
Okay, because I don't even know what he looks like.
Yeah.
All I think is blonde hair, hazel eyes, and 5'9".
Wow. Yeah, I should have said that because I was literally seeing blonde hair. So I'm gonna have to up my game with these calls.
Yeah, he said he looks like a surfer dude.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling that, to be honest, and I do think that he has a tattoo. I'm being drawn to a tattoo somewhere close to his left arm. It kind of feels like it's a little high up on his left arm, but I am being told that not only does he work a lot, but he likes to travel. There's a lot of things that he likes to do. He's a very active person, but I keep literally seeing him sliding his credit card over to pay for everything is what I'm hearing. That's what I'm kind of visually seeing. So there's going to be a lot of paying for things, taking you out. He's not going to let you pay for the date, the dinner. Like he's going to cover every bit of it.
All right, yeah, and tomorrow's guy, I'll just say c'est la vie when I call him tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, to be honest.
Okay, great. Well, I tried, but...
Yeah, I understand.
All right, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let us know how it goes.
You're very welcome, and I hope you have a good day.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So are you ever able to go ahead and read yourself?
That's actually something a friend of mine, we were just discussing a couple of hours ago, and I was kind of teaching her a little bit about how to read tarot and how to read for yourself. And I told her that it's really complex sometimes to read for yourself because you can always consciously know when something is going to happen. Like you can just feel it, you can sense it. But oftentimes performing an actual reading for yourself, I find to be very difficult. I feel like I influence the reading too much. So I try to listen to my intuition, but I don't try to do a formal reading.
Yeah, that's the challenge of trying to read for ourselves.
Yeah, it's the biggest challenge I found.
Yeah, I just go ahead and go with the flow and just know if something's right or something's wrong, and don't even question it anymore.
Yeah, I really feel like that's the best option. Just allowing yourself to go along with the flow and try not to dismiss any information that you're getting, and try not to force anything to happen. Just let it happen as it's going to. That's why I find it really hard to sit down and throw out a tarot spread or focus on a specific subject because in a way.
I lost you there for a second.
Oh, that's okay. Did you hear me?
Not at the very end. When you mentioned about
I was saying that I always try to go along with the flow, and instead of sitting down and having a formal reading, because usually I end up knowing or feeling what's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, occasionally I'll grab one of my decks and just pull a couple of cards, and just to give you a confirmation of what's going on.
Most definitely. I find that it's really soothing to do that for me.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any particular deck that you like using more than another?
Yeah, I have collected a lot of tarot decks over the years, and I've given a lot of them away. But I found that the most simple tarot deck for me to read is obviously the Rider-Waite deck. But I also have a personal tarot deck that I use, and it's called the Druid Craft Tarot. And it's really intricate, a lot of beautiful earthy designs, and the paintings are really beautiful. But I find myself always going to the Rider-Waite deck.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones to use. I also have one from John Holland. I think it was John Holland, Psychic Tarot.
Oh, very nice. I don't think I've checked that one out yet.
Yeah, it's interesting artwork and all. And I actually met him in Tampa for Hay House. They were doing a convention in Tampa when I lived there, and got to meet him and Doreen Virtue, and saw his tarot deck, and I was like, okay, I have to have these. I felt drawn to them.
Well, yeah, I guess if you felt drawn to it, it's a pretty good reason why.
Yep. So, but yeah, it takes some adjusting, but yeah, the Rider-Waite is usually my fallback too.
Yeah, it's always mine as well, and I've tried to, be a part of different tarot decks. I've tried Gothic Tarot by Cat Black, and I've tried all kinds of different ones that I can't really recall the authors to them, but I always find myself going back to the Rider-Waite. It's very timeless. It's very easy to read, and you can kind of see the narrative in the tarot and how the images kind of tell you the story very easily.
So, being that you're in Oklahoma, that's Bible Belt, isn't it? I think I lost you. Okay, that's still there. Lost Shawn for a second.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was going to say that it's definitely the Bible Belt for sure.
So, how do you, how open are people around when you're out there doing the street events?
Well, surprisingly, because I live in Oklahoma City, I'm in more of the downtown area. There's quite a lot of open-minded people. I think there's a misconception, obviously, because Oklahoma is in the Bible Belt. There's actually, if you go in the right areas, specifically the arts districts, you will find that there are so many open-minded people. And I was very surprised when I started participating in these kind of roadside readings that people took it so well. And it was very shocking to me because there's occasional times when I do read for very, very, very religious, very Christian people, and they have readings on the daily, they tell me. So it's really quite shocking.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it was rather interesting being in Tampa too. You'd have some very open-minded people, but then you'd have some who were rather closed-minded.
Oh yeah, I can see that. There's been a time or two when I've had, some random people yell that I'm going to hell and things like that. It's usually they just drive by and they yell it really quick, and I'm like, oh, what was that? I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it. Sometimes I'll have people do the same thing, and I'll tell them, it's like, well, if I'm going to hell, then I'll save a spot for you for the party.
Exactly. I'll save you the seat.
Yep. So yeah, and I've had some people when I first started doing the shows calling in and saying those things too, and I'm like, well, if I'm going there, that's where the fun people are going. So
exactly, we have parties, we have drinks.
Yep. Yeah, that's where all the fun people are going to be at. So let's go. We'll grab another call here. Bring in area code 347. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hi, how can we help you?
Hi, my name is Latina, and I'm calling because I have a question. I feel a bad energy. I have a bad touch stomach. A very close friend of mine works with my daughter at a daycare, and I feel like she has like a bad energy towards me. I just want to know, I want to know if she's taking it out on my child.
Hi there, sorry about that. My sound kind of cut out a little bit. Would you mind repeating that for me?
I have a friend that works for my daughter in the daycare center, and I have a bad energy about her. I feel like she's on the way towards me, and I want to know if she's taking any bad energy out on my child.
I am actually sensing that there is a specific grab of the arm that I'm seeing on your daughter. Does she have a bruise or anything?
Um, no, she the bruise.
Okay. Because I do see that this person is getting a little rough with her, and I don't think that she is kind of aware of what's going on, but I do think that she is taking out some of that anger on your daughter a little bit. It doesn't look like it's anything extreme. I'm just sensing her kind of pulling her around a little bit by the arm, and not being so nice.
If you say anything like negative, like anything mean, because the way my child was playing with her dog baby, it's the way like somebody would talk to a kid at a daycare center, and she's like lay down, she's popping a dog on the butt and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sensing like I hear anything that she's specifically saying, but I keep being drawn to this kind of bruise or something on her arm, and I keep seeing that over and over again. So there is a little bit of something happening. It looks like it's the physical kind of thing. I'm not hearing anything specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So
Another question
watch
is,
out for
do you know
some
why
physical
she has
stuff.
do you feel why she has this like negative energy towards me? Because we were friends.
I think I'm hearing something about jealousy. I think that there was maybe a person that you were dating or someone that she liked at the time, but I'm sensing that she's upset and jealous about a specific connection or friendship or something you had with a person very closely. I feel like she really envied that experience and envied you, and I hear a lot of aggression towards that.
So it's like a person I was talking to that she may have liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it a guy I was talking to now? Because I'm actually talking to someone now that lives like kind of close by near her. So
Yeah, I think that's what I'm feeling is ultimately the biggest problem, and I think it has something to do with that for sure.
oh wow. And it's crazy because I felt it like something told me to get a reading today, like and just see. Because because I'm an overthinker. Like I want to get a reading because I always get readings. I
Yeah, I
always
really
get
feel like
readings. I
it's
just feel like a
something.
negative energy.
Yeah, I feel like it's something that's been happening for a while, and I think it's kind of building up in the back of your mind. But I think that it's a good idea that you called in today because I feel like it's going to get kind of worse.
And that's all I've been going into her.
I do feel like it's been happening for a bit of time right now, and I feel like the energy that I pick up from her is very jealous, very envious, and I don't think that she's expressing that in a good way, and I don't think that it's something she's mentioned to you yet.
Oh wow. Oh man. That's what I called today. Thank you for letting me know. Like I feel like I got like a big relief of my chest.
Yeah, I feel like you
Yeah, I'm
can
gonna
you
do
don't have
something
to
about this.
more because I feel that we found the solution to this problem for sure.
Mhm. Oh, wow. It's crazy. And this is someone like I consider a friend. Like she's been around me outside the job. And it's just so scary how, someone so close to you could do something that's her baby.
Yeah,
So
I
it's just
completely
like I'm ready
understand.
right now I'm getting like very, very like shaky because it's like it's so scary how someone so close to you can do that. And what I'm saying? Like it's so scary.
Yeah, I completely understand. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Yeah. But I'm glad I felt the energy and I picked up on it and I gave you a call to let me know everything.
Yeah, because I feel like you're very intuitive, and I think that your intuition has been a part of you since you were young. So I think that you have a lot of dreams and you feel you feel things before they happen. So I'm gonna advise you to keep trusting your intuition and not second guess yourself or overthink.
Yeah. I always feel it before it happens. Man,
Yeah,
thank you
I
so
do
much.
feel a lot of intuition with you, and I think it's
Mhm.
it's always something that you're gonna notice and you're gonna feel. So keep paying attention to it.
Mhm. Wow. Is there anything else you have to like let me know that you feel? No.
I do see her. I do see something happening pretty soon that's going to make her stop doing this. So I feel like she's going to be either moving or quitting the job that both of you kind of share. So there is going to be some kind of distance, some kind of disconnect that she is going to experience later next week, I feel.
Okay. Because I was actually thinking about taking her out because the room she's in is only for that her age. So I can't move her to a different classroom unless she's like 2 or 3. I would have to wait. So I went when we first time this happening. Yeah. So I'm thinking about changing her school.
Yeah, I would
like
say
right
definitely
away.
do that. It's worse, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
keep
what I'm
seeing
gonna
that
do.
bruise on her arm, and I keep seeing her arm really hurt. So I think things are going to get pretty extreme if we don't take care of it.
Is it like on the left arm you're seeing it or the right arm?
I keep seeing it as I think being on the right arm is what I'm seeing.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing on the ground. Oh man.
Yeah, and it could be
Crazy.
something that hasn't happened yet as well.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you so much.
Let us know how everything goes for
You're
you,
very
okay?
welcome. I hope you take care of this.
You too.
So before we go ahead and take another call, how can everyone reach you?
Well, since I'm not on social media, everybody can visit my website. It's shawnp.tk. That's SHAWN, the letter P.tk. So that's where you can find me.
Cool. Yeah, I found it interesting when I read over your website. It's very informative. And what does the TK stand for at the end?
Well, actually, I try to keep things pretty minimal in my life, pretty simple. And the TK is actually a free domain service that you can make your own domain and you don't have to worry about, excessively paying for the domain and things like that. So it keeps it free for everybody to use.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it was one of the domains I'd never seen before. I was like, I wonder what that is. So.
Yeah, I like it. It's really unique, and I don't have to pay for it. So
That's even better.
It sure is.
Yeah, right now I've got so many different domain names. I said, well, I might as well go ahead and open up my own hosting company. So I went ahead and did that as well.
Yeah, I used to have that problem. I would make several